we are live. So, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to This Week Unloaded, loaded. All right, as the intro said, we are live. So, good evening and welcome to another episode of what is this? Oh, this is This Week Unloaded. That's what this is. Number 149. Man, almost at 150. You just hit 100 yesterday, right, G23?
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, you're starting to catch up. I got to quit taking days off from doing this show, I think. And first one in, as I already mentioned, was G23. So, how are you tonight?
Doing good. Thanks for the invite.
Good. And next we had Rob, New York Outcast, jump in. How are you tonight?
Doing all right. Thanks for having me. Thanks for joining us, people. Doing well.
And next, coming to us from a auto parts manufacturing facility somewhere in the state of Michigan, we have Squibload. How are you tonight, Squib, other than having to work?
Yeah, other than having to work. The silver lining is overtime. It helps pay bills, so got to do what you got to do.
And then last but not least so far, we have Mr. John Z making his return after a hiatus of a little bit to the show. So how are you tonight, John?
Not too bad. Yourself?
Not too bad. Here
Since I've been on the live show.
Yep. Yeah, we were having a nice little chat between out there in the YouTube chat. We already did a little catching up there. So let's see. Out there in the YouTube chat so far, we have the aforementioned John Z and Justin Grin just jumped in. So evening to you, sir. So, who here has seen Fauci's latest nonsense? Anyone?
Not me.
Goody. That means I got fresh news and nobody knows about. Not that it's a big deal. It's just Fauci.
Is Fauci even a thing? I mean, does anyone even care?
He's still trying to be. He's doing his darndest. Gosh darn it! You got to give him credit for that. At least he's trying to stay relevant.
He's giving it the old college try.
Yeah, exactly.
He get caught with his pants down without a mask or something?
I don't know. Remember the last time he was relevant was back in the early 90s. So he becomes relevant every 30 years or so. So give it another 30 years and his corpse will be relevant, jumping out of his grave and giving some kind of scare about something. Yeah, the man is old, so he's not going to be around too much longer. But remember, he hasn't seen a patient in 40 years.
Shut up.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, the cat is being a loudmouth. He's getting yelled at.
Well, do you want to hear him?
Of course I don't want to hear him. Anyway, those of you who are able to, can you see the article?
No, I can't.
Well, you're on your phone.
I can see it.
You never can.
He's got a fake phone or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right?
One of them Obama phones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But Fauci predicts uptick in COVID floats indoor mask requirement. Yay!
What's he going to do? Release another virus?
National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases Director, Dr. Anthony Fauci, who is an allergist, which is why he works in this. He works in the first part of that, allergy. He is not an infectious disease expert. I wish people would quit thinking that he is. But anyway, said Sunday on ABC's This Week that the new BA.2 variant, so we're getting into decimals now with these things. What the hell? Of COVID will cause an uptick of cases, which might cause a return to requirements for wearing a mask indoors. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but we have not gone through the whole Greek alphabet yet, right?
I don't think so, but when did we have the BA virus?
So yeah, I don't know when we had the BA.1.
How can you have the second version without having the first?
Yeah, I'm with you on this. I mean, because we had what? The alpha, the beta,
the BA virus, the BA virus.
Yeah,
I pity the fool who gets this virus.
Yeah, I was going to say, is it turning into Mr. T? Is that what happens? But then we had Omicron, and now we're just going to skip the whole rest of the Greek alphabet and go into BA, and we're not even going to go with BA.1. We're going right to 2. This thing's so contagious, we got to go straight to 2. Is that what's going on here? I mean, seriously, what the hell? Yeah. Anyway, back to the article. Fauci said, obviously there is concern that we are seeing an uptick in cases. We are. As I mentioned over the last couple of weeks, that this is not unexpected and that you're going to see an uptick when you pull back on the mitigation methods. Hold up. He's saying going into summer, there's an uptick. Now, wasn't it last fall Fauci that said going into winter is when you see an uptick in the virus?
You're not supposed to think about it.
Yeah.
Follow the science. Just follow the science.
I really mean is wear 2 masks.
Fauci is the science, don't forget. Questioning me, they're questioning the science. Like, shut up, Fauci. Anyway, if you look at the CDC calculation with their new metrics, see what they did there? It's clear that most of the country, even though we're seeing an uptick, is still in that green zone, which means that masking is not recommended in the sense of not required on indoor settings. Yay. He continued, but as people pull back when you have a highly transmittable virus like the BA.2 variant, and you have pulling back on mitigation methods at the same time, there's waning immunity. We're going to see an uptick. Fauci added, what we're hoping happens, and I believe it will, is that you won't see a concomitant comparable increase in severity. In other words, he says it's not going to get worse. It's just going to be easier to catch in the sense of people requiring hospitalizations and death. But the idea that we're going to see an uptick, I think people need to appreciate that's the case and follow the CDC guidelines, because remember, when the metrics were put forth, the new metrics looking at the guidance of masking, it was said that if we do start seeing an uptick, particularly of hospitalizations, we may need to revert back to being more careful and having more utilizations of masks indoors. Right now, we're watching it very, very carefully, and there is concern that it's going up, but hopefully we're not going to see increased severity. Does anybody else see the double talk in that whole paragraph?
Well, yes, I think the guy's probably got stock in some kind of mask company. Either him, his wife, his kids. I mean, he's obviously got to be making money out of this somehow. That's crazy.
No, it's called when they require the mask mandates right before the election, they can re-rig the elections with mail-in voting.
Mm-hmm. But remember, we're not going to see an increase in severity requiring people to be hospitalized. But then later on, he says, when we see uptick in hospitalizations. You can't have it both ways. You can't say there's not going to be and then say when there is. Yeah, Justin Grimm says, if anything else, he's consistently wrong. Yeah, remember, this is the guy back in the late 80s, early 90s that had people believing that AIDS was contagious through the air or by touching a cereal box after somebody else with it that had the virus touched it. You know, if you look at all the scenarios that were going on back then and people getting scared over the virus, you would be told by the Surgeon General one thing, and then Fauci would come out and say, no, he's wrong. This is what's actually going to happen. And by 1994, I believe it was, according to Fauci, over 2 million people in the United States were going to be dead from AIDS. That never happened. And interestingly enough, it was 2 million people by the end of 2020 in the United States that were going to be dead from COVID, according to Fauci. That some bitch sure loves the number 2 million, doesn't he?
Why kill millions when you could kill billions?
Well, Fauci doesn't have.
Oh wait, that's
laser.
Dr. Evil, not Dr. Fauci. I'm getting my doctors mixed up.
Yeah, Dr. Fauci is Pinocchio grown up. Remember, we already proved that before.
Oh yeah.
Jason Stewart and Buck are both out there in the chat now. Jason is driving home from work, and I don't know what Buck's doing. So, evening to you two as well. So, anybody else got any other thoughts on this nonsense?
He should be locked up.
He should be locked up at least for animal cruelty for what he did to those beagles.
Crazy hospital, man. Crazy hospital.
Yeah. Well, except they shut those all down. This is why we need to open them back up. Fauci is the poster child for reopening insane asylums.
I don't know. Biden's giving him a good hard run for the money.
No, Biden's just got dementia. Fauci is literally a megalomaniac with delusions of grandeur.
I don't know. He's probably being used in the same way in some sense. So, I mean, flip floppy. 1 week it's this, next week it's that. I mean, anybody with, half a brain can read the box on those masks and see what it's meant for and what it's not. So,
yeah,
it doesn't.
I don't know if the comment's still there or not, but there was somebody that commented on it. I'll see if I can find the comment. He says he works in the mask making industry for hospitals and stuff. He put out a pretty good. Yeah, it's not there now. Damn. But he had put out a good analogy. Basically, you have a dog, a cat, and a small mouse. They walk through a pet door on the back door of the house. Then they walk through the door into the living room, and then they lay down and go to sleep. Why is that a big thing? Well, because the swinging door, the pet door, is the first layer of a mask. The stops microns. Yeah. Anyway, the whole thing was, I don't remember all the wording, but the guy's point was through all this, because he spelled it all out. I think I can't remember the exact everything he said, but it was a funny thing. But anyway, the mask would stop 1 in 5,000 exposures using just the paper, the paper mask that they tell you that the surgeons would wear. not the N95 mask, the paper mask. The cloth mask will stop roughly between 1 in 500 to 1 in 1,000 exposed, or basically 2 in 1,000 exposures. The N95s will stop 1 in 100. In other words, what's this all mean? It means the masks do nothing to stop COVID. Because remember, when you're talking about exposures, that's exposure to every cell of the virus or that you're exposed to. So if somebody sneezes on you, you're exposed to thousands of those little virus cells if they have it.
Plus, people that don't brush their teeth gets that plaque buildup and stuff. And, if you sneeze that out at somebody, then it's like germs on top of germs. Crazy stuff.
But we weren't talking about that, Rob. We're just talking about COVID. Well, I know Guns and Barbie can't hear too well. He's blind, so he can't hear too well. We were talking about locking up Fauci. Yeah, that's what I had for a topic. And then the rest, you guys got to entertain yourselves somehow, because I got nothing.
Well, I say, we just lock him up in a bubble so he can talk all he wants and he'll be as safe as he wants and he won't have to worry about anything.
Can we put him on the next Mars rover? We can use him to test if Mars has atmosphere or not. That's if he makes it to the, survives the trip. It's just an idea.
I'm sure we could probably get him there. But it'd probably be a one-way deal.
Yeah. I would say as long as it's a one-way trip, even if he survives, it's still got to be a one-way trip.
Well, he ain't gonna have anybody to launch the rocket back, obviously.
I seen a movie once where they used a Pontiac Fiero and hooked some rocket boosters to it and shot themselves up into outer space. Like, we probably do the same thing for him.
What the hell movie were you watching?
Like too fast and furiously or something.
Now, darn well those movies wouldn't use a Fiero. They'd have a Honda or something.
No, man, it's a Pontiac Fiero, red and everything. I'm telling you, it blew my mind. Squid probably knows the whole deal.
Well, it's Guns and Barbecue. The 1 in 100 would be the opposite. It would stop 1 out of 100. So for every one, basically what the guy was saying, for every one COVID virus cell that got stopped by the N95 mask, 99 more would get through.
Well, and then there was 3.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Now we've also joined that. Oh, good.
Rob scared Squib off.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, Squib ain't that sensitive. Probably something with his boss or some crap.
Yeah, or he might have dropped the signal. Excuse me. C&T Designs and Arms is out there, so evening to you.
Yep. He was the very first winner in last night's show.
He was what?
See,
The very first winner in last night's show of all the giveaways we were doing.
What'd he win?
Some patches and stickers.
Okay.
got giveaway crazy over there. They were giving away the giveaway. Every sucker on the panel got roped into it somehow.
that was pretty funny on how everyone got roped in. Yeah, I think we did. I don't know. It was probably close to 15 giveaways last night.
And not one of them was willing to take my utility bill.
Well, we don't know what you're algoring up in your basement.
Don't ask, don't tell.
In case anybody forgets, that was a reference to when Al Gore's electric bill was leaked to the internet, and he was using as much energy in his mansion in Tennessee as an entire New York City block. What the hell was Gore doing in his basement?
Don't ask, don't tell.
I heard those sex robots take a lot of juice.
Were they all replicants of Tipper? Maybe that's why she divorced him. She found out he had a cloning operation of her going on in his basement. It wasn't long after that electric bill got leaked that she filed for divorce.
So what gun's in Squib's thumbnail there? Picture so small. Actually,
Grand.
Looks like some kind of boat action.
Looks like a Moses or something.
Yeah.
Just finds guns leaning against trees out there, huh?
Maybe he was in Arizona. I mean, people find guns growing in trees and stuff out in Arizona all the time. Out in the desert out there.
I've heard of that. Right, they were left against a tree or something long time ago.
Yeah, and the tree grew around
it. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It'd be cool to stumble across a gun in the woods, but at the same time, be a little sketchy too.
Yeah, you gotta wonder why somebody left it there.
Yeah. But isn't it the responsible thing to pick it up? I mean, should you leave it out there for kids or somebody to stumble across? I don't know. Yeah. Should you call it in that state? Are you legally required to?
Yeah, it might be a good idea to call the authorities if you find a gun just laying out there in the woods somewhere. Let them run a check on it, make sure it's not, the gun itself isn't wanted for involvement in a crime somewhere, gun violence and all that. This is, oops, I am really getting sick and tired of these cats today.
Good Lord, man.
It sounds like the reason I don't have cats.
On him. Poor kittens have been hiding. You know. Just about 8:30, he left the door.
Yeah, Bernie's out there.
Everything in moderation.
Babe, I'm going up to bed because we got to be up early anyhow.
Hmm. But yeah, MKJ, those cats have been going at it all day today. It started earlier during Gary's show. For some reason, the two of them just have a bug up each other's ass for whenever they see the other one today. For some reason, they just want to kill each other.
Are they both male?
Nope.
So you really do get a cat fight in your house.
Yeah, pretty much. What else we got?
The picture is of an M39. I took it up to northern Michigan and did some pictures with it out in the woods in the snow. Thought it might give it that finish kind of effect, being, you know, out in the winter type landscape. I changed my avatar because on Thursday Travis did a Mosin show, so I thought it might work out. I've used it as an avatar before. I think I was out there taking pictures for Classic Firearms or something at one point, but you know, those whole put your picture in and we'll enter you into a contest that nobody really wins, but we say somebody wins. Yeah, so
G23's pools.
Yeah, maybe. Classic Firearms has this stuff where if you do different things on social media, each thing you do adds up to a point. The more points you have, the more entries you have. The more entries you have, the more likely you are to win every month, every week, whatever it is. You know, giving away $10,000 guns and bullshit like that. Yeah, right. Nobody I know knows anybody who's won this shit. And you might go, well, you know, you're just a bunch of gun tubers. You don't really know anybody. It's just like, I'm calling bullshit on some of these contests. I just am. Not because I didn't win, but just I've talked to other people. It's like, yep, I did everything I could to make entries and all this. And it just, I don't know. With all of us out there who know other people, who know other people, who know other people, and so many people that buy from Classic Firearms, you're telling me nobody knows anybody who knows anybody who ever won that? That's what I'm calling bullshit.
Well, allegedly, my coworker's cousin, like, won a rifle from, I think it was Classic Firearms. But that was a long time ago.
Yeah, I've never won anything. Nothing like that where I've entered. Had people send me giveaway things or this or that or whatnot. So, you know, different sites or stores are doing things, and I've, you know, never heard anything ever back again. So, I tend to think that's just one of them things that get you on mailing lists and all that type of stuff. Typically, just like it used to be with the little cards at the laundromat or, you know, places around town where it was win a free trip, fill out your information and throw it in a box type thing. So same type of crap, I think. So You would think with some of these bigger names, they would have to somehow have a winner out there. You know, I don't know whether that's a genuine winner or it's, you know, always ends up being an employee or a friend of the family. You know, that's another question, you know.
If it's an employee that wins, that's against federal law. Employees of a company aren't eligible to win contests hosted by
It could
that
be the
company.
employee's spouse for all you know, at the company
Not eligible
party.
either.
You know, I don't.
That's
You know what I mean? I'm
yeah.
just stating. Yeah, who knows?
Employees
I
and
don't know.
family are not eligible by federal law to win any of those contests. For the reason what you're saying, that's why they made that a law, because there were companies that were holding
There's
contests
always
and employees were winning.
ways of things, but either way, I don't know. You know, I'd like to see, yeah, to know somebody too. I guess you could say. So that's actually, I could say, yeah, for real, they won something like that. So that'd be cool. But until you see that, I guess you always have a little bit of doubts.
Yeah, that's why I say allegedly, because one, I've never talked to the person that supposedly won, and two, I haven't seen the rifle.
Now, I have met somebody that's gone to small, like, raffles. Usually it's, you know, political crap. Somebody's running for something here or there. They got fire station there where they're doing a banquet dinner type thing or something. I've been to a couple of those and stuff. But I've seen people win firearms in that situation, which is very rare, but it does occasionally happen in New York. Usually it's like a prize basket of this or that, but every once in a while there's a Henry or something like that that gets thrown up. Of course, I never win, but you know, a person there walks out with it. You know, I don't know if they're working for the people or what, but you know, I would give that more faith in some of these bigger things.
Yeah,
So
John. I just noticed John left in the comment section that his internet connection was getting too wonky, so he had to bail out. All right, John, if you're out there listening, no problem. I mean, it happens. Completely understand how that work goes.
I see we got Burnaby Sanchez out there and Chris from 740.
See, you weren't paying attention because I said about Bernie being out there earlier. Yeah.
I blame New York for talking at the same time as you.
No, this was a little while back. It was like 9 minutes ago.
I still
Hey,
blame
G,
New
you're
York.
never going to believe what I got today. A bouquet of flowers for no reason at all. Just because he loves me. It was awesome.
Yeah, but when is he going to get you a cement mixer just because he loves you?
Or a knife set.
Yeah, Rob, who'd you fuck?
Yeah, it's the 740, not the 740. Jeez, don't you guys know how to read area codes?
Yeah, seeing these babies, I couldn't say no. I mean, they just looked awesome. Look at that. Crazy daisies.
They were on clearance, weren't they, you cheap son of a...
That's not the point,
that somebody
damn it.
ordered for a funeral and then didn't pick up.
Hey, man, you can't go to the typical stuff all the time. You got to mix it up here.
Mm-hmm. Likely story.
Yep.
Yeah,
It was kind of strange. I left with the car, went to go get water because we ran out, which is a whole nother story. But came back on foot. So lady was like, "What is going on?" And then I had flowers, so it was kind of strange. But it was a weird thing. So I ended up parking like a block away, locking my phone in the car to use their Wi-Fi to do upgrades on my phone. So
you traded that piece of shit Honda for a bouquet of flowers. I guess it wasn't worth anything after all.
Nah.
The Honda
I
actually
went
was
back
worth
over
something. My God.
and picked the car up and the phone out not long after, but about an hour later. So I didn't want to sit there and wait for it. So
So you didn't steal the flowers, you stole somebody's Wi-Fi.
pretty much.
Jeez, it's called a cable bill, dude. Just pay it.
Nah,
really?
man, I run everything in our house hardline, so I don't have Wi-Fi at the house. So it works out fine, except for apparently when I need to update my phone. So
yeah, I guess it wouldn't work fine if you're trying to update your phone. If you don't got Wi-Fi in the house, Rob.
hey, man, shit fries your brain.
Anyway, we got Midwest history comes alive out there. So evening, Tyler, and Gizzard Gary as well. So evening, Gizzard. You ain't been left up by any calves lately, have you, Tyler? I mean, there's a story there, by the way, but it's not my place to tell that story. So.
Sounds like that story involves acid, some shrooms, gel tabs.
No,
somebody just tripping.
No, it involves somebody falling off a horse and there being a calf sitting there, and he said the calf started laughing at him.
Again, sounds like some serious stuff going on.
No, he used to have a cattle ranch or a farm or something, and he was riding his horse and got hit with a tree branch or something, and it knocked him off the horse. And he said there was a calf sitting there and it started moving, and it was almost like it was laughing at him. So anyway, I guess I just did tell the story, didn't I?
Ooh, so
the
wife just read a story that Elon Musk is thinking about turning Twitter's headquarters into a homeless shelter.
Yeah, good luck with that when you only own 9.2% of all the stock in the company. People need to stop and realize Elon Musk has absolutely no control over what Twitter is going to do. I mean, let's look at it this way. He's on the board of directors. Fine. Let's say there's 11 other guys on that board of directors, and each of them owns 5% of the company. And they all get in a coalition to decide they're going to do something. Elon Musk is sitting there with less than 10%. Those 11 guys are sitting there with 55%. Who do you think is going to get their way? It's not Elon Musk.
Wait a minute, 10, 55? Who's got the remaining percentage?
Well, it doesn't matter. If they own 55% of all the shares of stock, they own a controlling interest in the company.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm just pointing out your math. I mean, for a rich guy, I think you should do better than that.
It all depends on how many shares you can buy at one time. So far, he's been able to buy 9.2%. With all the shares that are out there, it's not easy to get a majority stake in a company if you're one person. That's why when you see these hostile takeovers from companies and stuff, it's usually a coalition of individuals that get together and buy up a bunch of the stock and then use their votes. Because the way it works is every share of stock equals one vote in a shareholders meeting. So if the board of directors calls a shareholders meeting and they have 55% of the vote, whatever they want is going to get done. And that's how hostile takeovers of companies happen. People go out there and buy up every share of stock they can find. And different people within the coalition trying to take over the company that works for the corporation, trying to take over the company. Like, you have so many vice presidents buy this number and this then the CEO buy this, and then they'll pull together their votes and take over the company. Usually that happens when a company refuses to sell to another company and they're publicly traded, and for some reason there's a sell off of the stock, and then the company that wants to buy it gets into it. So.
No, I've seen that movie. That's when they call Guido in, and a dead hooker show up in somebody's bathroom.
Yeah. There's the first part of the story of what happened to Tyler. I couldn't remember how it started, but I knew he got hit with a tree branch and boom, off the horse he went. So he was chasing a runaway calf. So that's what was laughing at him, was the runaway calf that he was chasing.
This guy don't live in Canada, does he?
No, he lives in Iowa, I believe.
All right, just checking.
Now, was peyote involved?
No peyote involved. The calf laughing at him is just part. It was just a joke that we were ragging on him with. That's all. The cow, like I said, the calf just was sitting there mooing at him, and we're like, "Nah, I wasn't mooing at you. It was laughing at you." So,
Guess it was one of those stories. You had to have been there.
yeah, you had to have been there, and you'd have to know Tyler because he's always doing something and getting himself hurt somehow. Like
I think it's
the time
funny.
he hurt him, like the time he hurt himself trying to do martial arts in his backyard. So. I hope everything goes well in the custody. Yeah, he's in a custody battle right now with his ex. Hopefully everything goes well on that.
Well, I got everything ready to roll for the winners yesterday. So I think you said Chris was out there or something earlier. So just so it's all aware.
Yeah, Chris
everything's ready to go. I'll try to get that out in the morning before I get tied up with work. So. As usual, I put a little something extra in there for the winner as well.
Well, aren't you just special?
No, you're not sending candy to a diabetic, are you?
Of course he is.
Hey man, what you do with candy is up to you. I'm not confirming or denying anything. Don't sue me. None of that crap. Eat at your own risk. And all that.
And it's not just like candy. He's sending the Mexican candy, that raw sugar cube.
Well, don't feel bad, Rob. My family bought him a dancing chicken that poops jelly beans.
That's pretty cool. Jelly bellies or whatever, anything you put in there, I assume.
They would probably work, but it came with like these little brown jelly beans. I don't know what flavor they were. It was supposed to be eggs, but it looked more like the chicken was taking a dump.
a couple of years ago, the wife went crazy and bought George like a bunch of stuff for his birthday.
Yeah, it's like around Christmas, my family went nuts and they bought Gary, like, they bought him the jelly bean pooping wind up chicken, a Christmas tree ornament that was handmade from wood, and then like a week later or something like that, they had the Christmas tree village sets out at Walmart, and there was a thing of the chickens for those, and they bought those chickens too and sent them to. My wife also bought Sarge a police car Christmas tree ornament and sent that to him. So what is it? It was Dodge, I think.
Yep. The wife says there's a troubling trend of cars killing pedestrians, so we're gonna have to ban cars.
No, there might be a pandemic of dump trucks randomly attacking NFL players.
Yep.
Assault vehicles becoming a major problem.
Yes, Steelers backup quarterback Dwayne Haskins Jr. was hit and killed by a dump truck, apparently on I-95.
Auto violence.
Monday, so about a week ago, there was a lady who was struck and killed who was walking in traffic on I-5.
That's what Haskins reportedly was doing. He was reportedly running across Interstate 95 in Florida and was hit by a dump truck.
When you don't do preventative maintenance, your vehicles get violent, folks. Don't wait for those tie rods, ball joints, bearings to bust. Don't do that. Don't let them squeak and all that crap. Your cars won't like it. Okay.
I think it's I think it's the beginning of maximum overdrive.
Yep. But Gizzard says, yeah, catnip. Best birthday George ever had.
Yeah. And then Gary confirmed the chicken did come with a bag of brown jelly beans.
So she mailed cat drugs.
Yeah, basically.
Wow. She's a pusher. That's good to know.
The best part, I haven't seen those chickens since they bought Gary that one and mailed it to him. I haven't seen them since then. So, I don't know if they were like a limited run thing.
Yeah, she got George catnip and cat treats. So, after she got him high, made sure to supply the munchies.
Well, you got to. I mean, it's only right. It's only fair. If you're going to get them high, you got to give them the food to settle the munchies too while you're at it. Of course, some of these damn cat treats, I think, get cats high. Have you ever seen how hyper they can get after they eat some of those things? It's like the catnip's the downer in the goddamn catnip, and the treats are the upper. At least with our Siamese, he gets the catnip and he falls asleep. You give him the cat treats and he starts bouncing off of walls.
Technically, you're only supposed to give cats a few treats. Most cat treats will tell you. So, not stating that you're not or whatever, or you're giving them more, but if you're just like giving out a handful, you're probably giving them too many.
Yeah. No, my wife usually gives them like 2 or 3 of them. She'll give them like... Yeah, she'll give him like 2 of the like tuna or chicken flavored treats, and then one of the ones that's supposed to like brush their teeth when they eat it. And he just goes nuts. He's the only one that does it. The other cats are all just sitting there and looking at him like, "What the hell's wrong with you?"
So, what do you guys think of this M&P thing?
M&P suck.
Oh, kiss my ass.
I don't think it's all as a big a deal as what people are making it out to be. Um, when we went off the air on Friday night, because we were talking about a little bit on Gary's show, we went off the air on Friday night. Obnoxious did the same thing with his Glock.
I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about, so I just figured I'd throw out MMP set.
Oh, anywhere between an eighth, anywhere between being an eighth to a quarter inch out of battery, the MMP supposedly you'll be able to engage the trigger on it. And Yankee did a video that he made a big deal about it. Then Guns and Barbecue made a video to see if Yankee's video was right. And yeah, Guns and Barbecue was able to recreate it in his video. And then when we went off the air on Friday night, because you're not being allowed to show firearms on YouTube live streams and whatnot, Obnoxious tried it with his Glock when we went off the air, and he was able to do it with his Glock as well. So it's not just Smith & Wesson that the MMPs that are doing it.
You know, probably every striker fire will do that slightly out of, if you want to call it out of battery, but the round is still chambered. The extractor is still on the case, you know, so I don't know if I'd really call it out of battery, because for it to be a true out of battery, your slide would have to be like way further back.
Well, if you want to go look at it like that, every single MMP is out of battery, because they all have that little cutout in the back of the barrel that you use as a loaded chamber indicator.
I'd argue that. And I don't know, my 1.0 doesn't do it like barbecues or like other people's are stating. So you get to like close to an eighth of an inch and you're not getting anything. Maybe a 16th, it starts to get to the point where you couldn't make it happen. You'll feel like trigger engagement, but it doesn't actually engage. And almost like Barbecue stated in some of his, if it did, it would be so light, it's probably not even going to go off. So
yeah.
But I tried it with both mine, my 1.0 Shield and the 1.0 MMP full size 9mm or whatever.
Well, that's the problem. You're doing it with the wrong MMP. This is supposed to be with the 2.0.
Well, right. Well, I want to check and make sure, I didn't, maybe it's, it goes across the board. I don't know. So I checked mine. I don't have those issues. So maybe it's just the newer ones or something. I don't know. But honestly, being an M&P guy, it would concern me. The way the barrel's designed and how it's supposed to lock up, that's where your point of aim, or, that's where you're supposed to be shooting from, not from, almost locked up and it's not even 100% in yet. You know what I mean? At that point, your barrel's pitched a slight angle.
With
almost like siding or anything. A 16th, across 100 yards is going to add up quick. So I don't like that personally.
Yeah. But if you look at it in the grand scheme of things, it's not like you got a bolt action rifle or an AK-47 or something that's out of battery, right? You get an AK and it's closing on, and the headspace is off, and you're shooting that thing out of battery constantly. You're risking that rifle actually blowing up in your face. You got an M&P that's maybe 1/16th, if that, out of battery, and it goes off. That round is still pretty much going to be supported and everything by the chamber and everything. It's not the same. It's not comparing apples to orange. You're comparing apples to oranges, essentially. You're not comparing apples and apples. The way the lockups on those systems and stuff work are completely different.
Well, I'm not comparing either of those. I'm just
stating. I didn't say you were.
Oh, okay. I was just saying the barrel's not locked in place. It's not in the right damn spot. It's that simple.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why when Kingpin that was asking what that means, I said, well, with some firearms that could be a serious issue, because there are firearms where that could be a serious issue. I'm just not completely convinced with the Smith & Wesson that it's as big an issue as what some people are saying it is.
It might not be something where you're gonna, I don't know, a squib or whatever is common or something like that, or the back of the case blows out or something. But still, it seems like it's sloppy to me. Like, even just the barrel engagement, whatever, it should be a dependable system, not, it was all the way in this time, it was partially in this time. I don't like that. And I'm an M&P guy, so I just think it's kind of sloppy.
Yeah.
Just because it works doesn't mean it's acceptable, in my opinion. I don't know.
I got a video of a Glock not wanting to fire when it was slightly out of battery. And that was when I was testing the Rock Slide USA on my G23. And it was a fraction of an inch out of battery, and it would not fire. You'd see me smack the back of the slide, and then it would let me fire it.
Maybe it's something that's, has cross brands as far as like the tooling with engagement on things.
My 365 just did
I don't know.
My SIG P365. I just did it with my P365.
Maybe on average, a human can't shoot a trigger that fast. I don't know, but like I said the other day, I'd love to see Smith & Wesson have Michelak grab one off the shelf or barbecue's gun and see if he could repeat it with his superhuman shooting abilities.
Did it again. So yeah, the P360, at least my P365 will do that.
So is this going to be one of them things where 50% of all major guns will do it? So nobody wants to admit it could be a problem because their guns in the mix too.
Striker fired. I wonder if it's something with striker fired, because the P365 is another striker fired gun.
No, what this is just evidence that all you need is a 1911.
Well, that's a hammer fired, so.
Yeah, that's because striker fired sucks ass.
All right, Tyler. Catch you later, man. You said hopefully everything goes well with the custody battle.
That's your opinion on it, Squib? Seems too short, too sweet. You holding back on us, buddy?
Oh, he doesn't want to get in trouble. He's at work.
What did I miss?
Rob asked you if that was all you had to say on the matter.
Well, let's see. I'm on StreamYard, which means I have to use Wi-Fi, which means I'm constantly dropping out because a bunch of pencil necks in a room can't figure out how to make the fucking thing work on mobile. So I didn't hear that, just like I didn't hear a lot of other stuff earlier. All I'm saying is everybody thinks certain characteristics on guns are just so great, and all these old guns are just so obsolete, and I just don't agree. And I own newer guns. I own striker-fired guns. I mean, but it just, I just hear so much, you've got to hold your gun this way, and you've got to have this many rounds, and you got to use this caliber, and it's got to function like this, and it's got to, everything better be fucking plastic or else. And it's just like, oh, just shut up and grab a 1911. Get your man card back. Oh, can't say that. I'll get sued. And that just resolves the problem. Every problem, short of maybe concealability, maybe 1911 done. And that's not to say that I don't like revolvers either. Ain't that other bullshit?
Well, if you're worried about concealability on a 1911, you can always get a commander size.
Yeah, see, I've shot those. I don't really care for them. I mean, they do the job, but I hear people, oh, it's too heavy. Oh, it kicks too hard. Whatever. I'm not saying that newer guns don't have some really good features and stuff like that, but I just hear so many people knock all this older stuff that's been proven it works. Oh, we got to innovate. We got to come up with a gun nobody asked for to make ourselves relevant instead of, I don't know, being competitive in price or making sure that you don't have to wait 6 months to get the gun, or there's just so many things. The M&P's been out there for a while, but it hasn't been out there over 100 years. So, whatever.
Kingpin's out there. Even into you. Kingpin and was over there. He got all the guys over on Scotsman's channel talking about reloading. So I was starting to take a nap over there and watching Scotsman's chat. So just wanted to throw that out there.
Have you ever driven a car with a 1911 on your hip? Just out of curiosity. I'm with it. I like the 1911, and it's there. But, yeah, it is not the most comfortable firearm. I'll tell you that. Road trips, things like that, trying to get your seatbelt buckle around it if you're, on the side, and forget about appendix.
No, that's why you get the commander or the officer size.
Yeah, but Squid thinks that's
size.
ridiculous.
My son's got an officer size 1911 and 40 Smith & Wesson. Yeah, but my son's got a commander size 1911 and 40 Smith & Wesson, or not commander. He's on officer size in 40, which is a 3.5-inch barrel, I think it is on it. That thing kicks like a goddamn mule. My shield doesn't kick as much as what that damn 1911 that he has does. And my shield's in 40 as well.
I open carried a 1911 in Wyoming for I don't know how long, like close to 3 months or something like that. And I gotta tell you, it was a pain in the ass driving and whatnot. So that's one of the reasons why I switched to a shield. Basically, a smaller compact gun, not necessarily a shield, but you know what I mean. Just due to that fact alone, I love the 1911. The history, I mean, the gun itself, I mean, it's beautiful piece of art in a sense. I just don't love carrying a damn thing.
I think the reason why my son's his officer in 40 Smith & Wesson bothers me so much is the recoil comes straight back on it. It doesn't flip up like what my other 40s do. So when that thing pushes straight back, it's pushing all that force directly back into my elbow that's all messed up, and it's painful to shoot it for that reason. I mean, I can hit really good with it. I mean, it's been a while since I've shot that. I don't think I've shot that since we moved from down the other town we used to live in, let alone from the apartment to here. But we would go out in the backyard, and I would just be tinging steel with that thing. Ping, 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 rapid firing it. But goddamn, my arm was so goddamn sore after shooting that thing.
So this brings up another topic. How the hell did you con the wife into doing the mowing of the grass?
I can't. That's how. I literally can't do it.
What about if you had a riding lawnmower?
Our yard's not big enough for one. I mean, literally, it would be if you got a standard riding lawnmower with wheels, there wouldn't be enough turning radius in the yard. You'd be running into the fences.
You have one good hand, right? Or arm or whatever.
The way the lawnmower is made, I can't use it I wouldn't be able to use it with my left hand because the way the throttle and stuff on it works. It's really weird the way it's made.
All right, I don't know. I don't know. I should just be quiet. But I think maybe you should buy a mower you could use or something. You know what I mean? One-handed person
all the electrics
can do a mower. I mean, I'm sure there's people out there would argue, or some guy on video cutting with one arm, like, and another one just chopped right the hell off.
Yeah, the issue, I don't know if you've seen the other electric ones. I have not found an electric mower with left-hand controls.
Where do you live, in California?
No, she wanted the electric because it was lightweight for her to carry down into the basement and out of the basement.
Oh, man. Okay.
Yeah. Gas mowers are too heavy, and I damn sure wouldn't have been able to carry the gas mower for her if she needed help with it.
You ain't even got to pull a damn cord. You just hit a button. That's crazy. Crazy. Not crazy, but yeah. I don't know. I seen some people with those electric mowers. I think it's crazy. I think it's nuts. They got the battery packs, middle of the day, and they got like 2 headlights beaming off the damn thing. Like, for what? Besides just killing your back.
This thing doesn't have any headlights or anything. Yeah, this one doesn't have any headlights or anything like that. It's just a simple lawnmower. It's not like, it's like vacuum cleaners. Remember when they used to put headlights on vacuum cleaners? Who vacuums in the dark?
Yeah. Well, I can understand that when you're going underneath tables, things like that, and you don't want to suck up pennies or this or that. Like, I could understand that, or the missing earring back or whatever the hell it is. But I mean, a battery powered mower. I mean, I just don't understand how a light even got figured into that.
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't get it. Like I said, hers doesn't have a headlight on it. The only lights on hers are the battery power indicators.
Yeah, if it was like a snowblower or something, which battery powered, I wouldn't recommend if there is such a thing. A headlight would be okay, or at least, an on-off switch, because maybe you're doing it late, at night or something. I don't know, but a mower, something's up.
See, Gizzard has
like. Well, I was just good.
I say Gizzard says that not everyone's living room is lit up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, but some people have just use one of his O lights.
Well, you could use an O light when you're mowing.
Yeah, exactly. You don't need headlights on a lawnmower. You don't need headlights on a vacuum. Just get using an O light.
Yeah, but there's reasons why there's headlights on a vacuum, and there's reasons why there's headlights on a lawnmower.
No, we're not talking about ride-on lawnmowers. He's talking about an electric push mower. But
you can
just stick one of these. Yeah, just stick one of these on there. It's got a magnet on the back. You can stick that right on your mower, and there's your headlight. It doesn't drain power from the lawnmower itself.
Yeah, that's my point of it, which I'm sure he gets, and he's probably just messing with us. But yeah, battery powered operation. You know what I mean? It's gonna be an issue cutting grass anyway. I don't care what they tell you; it's gonna last so long.
No,
it's probably not gonna last that long.
The lawn earlier. Yeah, she did the lawn earlier, and it cut it with no problem. She did the front and back.
Oh, I'm not saying that. I'm just stating adding an unnecessary light to draw power.
Oh yeah, that
power supply that's very limited to begin with is just a bad idea. You know, it just doesn't make sense. Yeah. You might be able to cut the yard 3 times instead of twice if it didn't have a light on.
I mean, ride-on mowers, I kind of get, because you can have in headlights, because you can use those like a little tractor and pull stuff with them too. But a push mower doesn't need a light on it. You can get like a headlamp if you had to, something like that. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, well, mower talk.
Mower and vacuum.
I just got rid of one of my old mowers. Well, my old mower. Drain the oil, all that crap, take it over to the scrap yard so they don't freak out on me. But got rid of that, saved the new air filter, all that crap I just got for it not long ago. Yeah. Says it'll work on my other one.
Gary says he also has a battery powered drill that has a light built in that light can come in. Yeah, those lights on those battery powered drills, yes, they can come in handy because you're drilling in a tight space or something like that. Yeah. But yeah, my wife has a battery powered weed eater that uses rechargeable battery powered chainsaw. And
now, do they take the same batteries? Do they share the same batteries?
Some of them do, some of them don't. She's got a few different Ryobis that use the same battery, and then she has one that doesn't. One of the Ryobi garden tools she has doesn't use the same battery.
Personally, see all those tools is junk, garbage. Homeowner specials, retirees and duplexes. They got a 10 by 10 yard. I just don't. You can't do any kind of serious work with anything like that.
They did
battery
what she needed
powered
for.
Chainsaw.
They did. They worked for what she needed them for. So.
Yeah, there's a place. You guys might fit that niche perfectly, but to me, that's laughable. Laughable.
Yeah, she wasn't cutting up trees. I mean, she had to. If we were cutting a tree, we went and got her dad's gas chainsaw. She had this for like pruning things and stuff.
You should read Gizzard's comment.
Yeah, no, she doesn't have any of those kind of things, Gary, so you're safe.
Rob's like, I can't see the comments. This sucks.
He's on a computer, not his phone this time.
No, on my phone.
Oh, you're back on your phone again? Said you were on your computer earlier.
No, I don't think so. I was, but I wasn't. Yeah, I was on the computer, meaning I was talking to you on the phone, but I was working on the computer. So, not meaning I was
just use the
doing
computer?
the show from the computer.
Why didn't you just use the computer?
Then you because, like he said, he was editing.
Yeah, and I'm not. I can't sit on my ass for a whole show. I just can't do it. So
you're wasting all you're using all that battery power to do this show.
Yeah, it's okay. Got backups for backups.
Now, are you using? Do you have the flashlight on your phone at the same time you're doing the show?
That would be a negative.
Okay. Because I don't want you being a hypocrite now.
Any other news? Gun news? Any other manufacturers put out a dud?
I don't know. I mean, if you really want to talk about Sky does all the time, we already know all that.
Oh, I keep hearing a lot of good things about the new Skies that just came out.
That's the problem. They just came out. Nobody's had an opportunity to put them through a really long endurance test. Yeah, there's a cat for you, MKJO. It's Rob giving you the cat cam this time. I don't know where the hell any of ours are. Now that those two seem to have settled down.
Didn't somebody in YouTube circles just get their hands on? Oops, wrong button. Get their hands on a new Sky or something like that to review?
I don't know. I know Ghost and Clover were playing around with them at one of those things they went to recently. I don't know if it was the one in Alabama or the one in South Carolina, but they were messing around with this Sky.
Oh. Why are they? Why do we know their name? Why are they popular? What's going on with this?
Why are they popular? Because they come in all kinds of colors, and they're cheap.
I guess it'd be good if they got their crap together. High Point can do it. I don't know what the hell their excuse is. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, P11 hasn't had a sky that worked.
Yeah, I
He's
think
always
he's
had
been
it.
through what, 3 of them or something. So
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Mm.
And then if you watch Iraq Veteran, Eric had one that he threw off a barn and the damn thing still worked. So it's like hit or miss with these things. He literally
Tuesday
threw it
nights,
off
9
the
o'clock.
roof. What was that?
Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, I'm not joking. He was on, it might have been, it was the roof of a barn roof of his house or something. He threw the sky off of it, climbed back down, picked it up, and the damn thing shot. It's like, what's the deal with these skies, man? Either they don't work for shit, or you can drop them off a roof and they'll still function. By the way, MKJO says you need a no light, Rob.
yeah, they don't respond to me.
Shit, if they don't respond to anybody, you got to buy them, man. Come on.
I just
About, wasn't it like a year ago? Everybody and their brother was getting free Olights and doing reviews, and that's when they became the next best thing since sliced bread.
You know what I got from Olight? A 20% off code. You know who hasn't given me a code yet to use on my channel for what the things that he makes and sells? New York Outcast.
Whoa.
Well, hey, man, I haven't even seen a video of the things you got.
Use code WHITEPRIVILEGE20 to get 20% off from Rich White, the only Gun Channels member who gets you 5% more off of your quality American-made display stand from R&L Displays. That's WHITEPRIVILEGE20.
You know who does have a code?
G23.
Get it, Gary.
Yeah.
Travis P11. Rick's Life.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I have a code, but it makes the display stands cost 15% more, and it only works with a credit card.
Yeah. See, now if you were watching Gary's show earlier today, I made the announcement that I'm going to hold a display stand review hostage until I get a promo code that I can give out to my viewers.
That's right. You can always give them code G23.
So it ain't never gonna happen then, huh?
I guess.
I see how you are, man. I mean, you're
I see how you are, man. You
backwards.
said you were going to give me a code,
bro.
and you never did.
You know, you remember Chris, right? You know Chris.
Which Chris? There's a
From
bunch
the
of Chris.
740, not the 740.
Yeah. How you gonna feel to know he's already got a code, bro?
Yeah, I know, right? And,
you know what I mean?
I've been inviting you on this show for how long now, man?
He ain't bullshitting playing games.
You've been on every one of my Christmas episodes, man.
It used to be one side move, one side. Well, you know what? Your ass moved, so let's see it.
I told you I'm going to hold it hostage now.
No, you bring that up after you moved. After you told me. After I move.
Yeah. But you still
So you're like some whiny little girl that just keeps kicking the football down the road.
I'm holding it hostage for the promo code.
You know, I had a promo code before I had a stand, but as soon as I got the stand, I immediately did an unboxing. Like the day I got the stand.
Yeah, see, he had the promo code. He got you your review done. See? And it's not like I'm using the promo code personally. I'm giving it to other people. Look at all the people you're disenfranchising out there by not letting me have a promo code to give them.
For what? They don't even know what it's for. You're not showing your display.
No, they've seen everybody else's by now.
See, I was there when the idea was thought of. And then once he had the website up, I think I was the very first channel to actually show the website.
I have a prototype.
So,
see, mine's not even a consumer edition. Mine is a prototype edition.
I'm pretty sure you got a consumer mag sent to you after the fact.
After the fact, yeah. But I have the prototype magazine.
Well,
and the
not like you were in a rush to do a video or anything.
Well,
you can't say prototype now that it's in. You can't say prototype now that it's actually in use. It's actually being sold. So
yeah, I can.
No, you can, because the prototypes are not exactly to the exact same spec as the production model. They were the ones where the bugs were getting worked out, or ideas were being tried out, or final fine tuning was being done. So the prototypes were for testing and evaluation only. So you got a T&E model.
Yeah, I got a T&E prototype model. Yeah.
R&D, T&E.
But he forgot the evaluate part.
Well, no, I evaluated. I just haven't done a video on it yet.
He hasn't even tested it. It's in a box in his closet.
I've had it together.
Could be a brick for all he knows.
No, I've had it together, and I had the 224 Valkyrie AR on it. So,
and you didn't send me a photo?
Where's your commercial?
Hey, look.
Why would we believe
another guy. Here's another guy who has a R&L Displays discount code. Welcome, Gizzard Gary, for 15% off.
Yes.
Hey, Rob, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll trade you my OLite code for an R&L Displays code.
I'll tell you what. You buy your wife some flowers, and I'll give you the code.
Man, I just bought her a bunch of goddamn plants for her garden.
And a lawnmower, an electric lawnmower.
Yes, and an electric lawnmower.
I want flowers just for the hell of it.
You know, damn. Oh, let's see. I bought her a strawberry plant. Strawberries are a type of rose. Ergo, I bought her flowers.
Well, fresh that. Starting tomorrow. Get off your ass personally and go get them.
I ain't got no money right now. No, I have, my wallet is empty. And my credit card is maxed out because of.
So, Gizzard,
hey,
what is new with you?
What is new? I don't know. I just woke up from a nap a second ago and was catching this show. And so, like, what in the world's going on here, man? It's like, this place is done went nuts.
You should be used to that by now.
But yeah, I could show you. Hold on just a minute, and I'll give you a little bit of schooling here, as soon as I can figure out how to do this. Okay, so let's go to this one. Okay. Are you ready? You ready, Rich?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. R&L Displays creates beautifully handcrafted wooden firearm display kits that give you endless options to display your firearm. Visit R&L Displays, that's RANDL Displays.com, and use code GizzardGary for 15% off your order. There. Now, if you're going to shill for crying out loud.
Hey, man, I've
you gotta earn that 15% off, man.
I've shilled the crap out of his thing. He's been on here, and I asked him if he had anything that he wanted to plug or anything, and I'm the one that ended up plugging for his website and stuff because he forgot all about it.
You know, Rich, sometimes it's better to just listen instead of talk. You know, Gary's showing you some wise stuff here.
How many shows have I done that commercial on, plus the video I made to go along with it, that I've played on Foul Territory practically every episode for God knows how long now.
But you notice Rob didn't deny what I said, though.
Yeah, but Rich, it sounds like you're saying shill or be shilled.
No, Gary. That's Gary saying.
I'm helping him move product, man.
Yeah.
Ask him
I
if it's
appreciate
doing
your
any
help,
good.
Gary.
Ask him if it's
Appreciate
doing
the
any
support.
good. Am I doing any sales?
Uh,
One or two anyway.
I'd have to look, but probably I know your code has been used. I think it may literally be 1 or 2 times, but yeah, hey, everything helps, so I appreciate it. And Gary's a hell of a guy. No bullshit, no hoops to jump through, none of this crap. I didn't have to mail him a check, none of this stuff.
Yeah, not
You know,
I appreciate it.
I do believe an R&L display was bought last night on my live stream that was given away.
There's one right back there on every show that I have my camera on. It's right there.
Yep. Yeah, as soon as I make it big time and can afford paychecks, you're in the lineup.
Come on, Rich. Let's hear your sales pitch now. Come on, now that you've heard this, sell one. Come on, see if you can do it.
Everybody inside there's already bought them from you.
They don't buy them from me. I just try to get them going to the right place.
Yeah. Well,
Once they get to the website, they'll buy one. And that
nobody's gonna buy one if I try and sell to them because I don't have the code to give them. Everybody else has the code to give them.
Well, you can temporarily use Gary's code. You don't mind.
Or mine.
I don't mind. Or G23 or the Gun Snob or any of the other dozen people.
Travis P11, Rick's Life. Everybody doesn't care if you use our codes, you know.
Yeah, Demo Ranch
Chris
probably has
740.
one. I don't know.
Yep. And you know, I think Chris has bought 2 since he was on my panels.
Did you see Kingpin comment? Yeah. Have you become a member, Rich? A member of R&L Displays? Have you joined?
I didn't realize you could.
Oh.
What? I've talked to
Rob. Rob never told me
This
that.
guy.
See, Rob never told me that you could do that. So yeah, see.
I completely have talked about it like 3 different times on my live stream.
I don't always get a chance to catch your show, G23, so I wouldn't. Especially the last few weeks. I mean, yesterday was the first time I was able to catch any of your show in a while.
You know, I try not to like beat people in the head to push product and stuff like that. So excuse me, Rich, if I'm not spewing R&L's displays every chance I get, you know?
Uh-huh.
And he's got shills to spew his stuff for him.
Yeah, that's what happy customers are for.
Uh-huh.
All I know is when I ordered my PCC stand, I really wanted the what was it? The stained one. And I ended up ordering the black one because the other one was out of stock. Then I messaged Rob and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm putting them on the site right now."
Yeah, sorry about that, man. I had them made already. They just never hit the inventory. My bad. But you can buy another one.
Apparently, somebody needs to approve a membership or something over there.
Yeah, it only takes like 30 seconds. Normally, his woman's really quick at getting the membership approved. I believe I was the second member.
Hey, let's make Rob have to work, and let's all go over there and hit the let's chat button at the same time.
He's
actually
not the one you're chatting with.
His wife is the one that's chatting.
That's cheating, Rob.
No, that's good business.
Well,
That's a rare.
It's supposed to be you.
It's me through proxy.
It's the CEO that's doing the chatting, not the CFO, not the CEO.
Uh-huh. You need to tell her to go over there and approve that, Rob, because she hasn't approved it yet. You said it only takes like 30 seconds.
I'll see if I can locate her.
That's, I guess, if you're not a one percenter, one of those rich white guys.
Uh-huh.
As soon as she makes an appearance,
None of
I'll
us
say
have any
something.
followers, so I'm going to follow everybody out there. So everybody has followers now.
Woohoo.
I don't have a logo on mine. Why don't I? How do I get a logo? Let's see.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I definitely appreciate photos. Everybody, that does have the displays, feel free to send photos in. So I'd like to use them in a gallery or on the website, whatnot. So the more images, the merrier. Different situations or guns or whatever.
Yeah, in all honesty, I'm probably going to do a video this week on it. Now that we got everything settled, when I do the next video for the gun belt.
There it is.
What do they call it? Damn, I can never remember the name of this damn thing. The Groove Life belt. Who do we lose?
If I had one of the double pistol stands, I could do another video showing the Judge and the Glock. That'd make him happy. Or the SIG and the Judge.
I'm pretty sure there's one of those available still. I am getting low. I'm going to have to make another batch of the pistol ones. I've got plenty of the AR, PCC, M&P. So keep that in mind. Anybody out there? Plenty of those. The handgun displays, I'm starting to get low. So I know I have a few black, different sizes. And I think I'm down to one dual pistol stand as far as for gun stock. So if you like the lighter one, gun stock with the American flag, dueling pistols or side by side, you can display it either way. There's one left at this point, so I will be adding more shortly, but unfortunately I'm working regular work too, so I'm not exactly sure when that'll be, but hopefully within a week. Yeah. So the silence has been brought to you by Squibload.
Yep. Well, remember, everything's Night Strike's fault. So this silence brought to you by Night Strike.
No, you're using StreamYard, so it isn't Night Strike's fault this time.
No, everything's Night Strike's fault.
That's true.
Remember, that was the universal rule of gun channels. Everything is Night Strike's fault.
Then why do we send all complaints to shootingleftofcenter@gmail.com?
Because that's the complaint line. You write all your complaints about Night Strike and send them to shootingleftofcenter@gmail.com.
Oh, that's it.
Now I get it.
StreamYard usually works good for me.
Shooting Left of Center is the HR department of the company.
I've only recently had issues with StreamYard, but that's because I should have updated my phone like a month ago and haven't. So,
yeah, well, if you weren't stealing people's Wi-Fi to do it,
Wi-Fi thief.
Well, usually
Rob out there war driving with his
just
cell
does
phone.
it whenever, and recently it hasn't, I guess. So I had to. I don't know. I guess normally when I throw out my day to day, when I get in range, it just does it typically, but for some reason it didn't this time. But hey, man, if you don't want people stealing it, don't have Wi-Fi.
really, that's your logic.
Yeah, apparently. Rob's never heard of a password.
I can see what he's saying, because if you have unsecured Wi-Fi, you are expecting that somebody else is going to use it.
He could be stealing from some 80-year-old lady down the street.
Yeah, or they
Who
could be
doesn't
trying to
understand how
steal
this
from
works.
me too. You never know.
It could be a hacker that has their Wi-Fi open so that when you log onto it, they can steal all your banking information.
That's a thing.
Mm-hmm. But Rob doesn't use banks, so.
Does he put his money under his mattress or inside his mattress? Or
In the mattress. He's got a mattress stuffed with money like Granny Clampett.
That's right, pretty much. Yeah, it's one of the beauties of not having to worry about that type of stuff.
Mm-hmm. And we've been
Even
back
if
there
you
by
do
defense.
have a creditable company and all charges will be dismissed and all this crap, it still saves you all the BS. But don't know. I guess I can just blab on. I had a good week. I got a free air fryer, like a real air fryer, so that was cool. Got a bunch of free coupons for stuff.
Did you?
A bunch of food.
Did you get that air fryer on trash day?
No.
See, there was a broken down semi.
No, man, it's still new sitting here in the box. All right.
See, like I said, there was a broken down semi, and he just accidentally found one that fell off the back of the truck.
He just happened to be walking down the train tracks one day and saw it laying there with a bunch of other boxes.
That's pretty cool, man. So, like I said, I got a bunch of coupons for a bunch of free food, which was awesome. And then I even got for free, which I needed one. And, I'm cheap, so it's going to be a while or really have to struggle. But ended up getting a new mattress as well. Oh, can't even see it against the light, but it stayed pretty cool. It's one of them hybrid memory foam deals, and it was straight up free.
The old one got full of money, so he needs a new one to stuff money.
Yeah, so much money it wasn't comfortable. It was lumpy. Yeah.
The Fed state says you're going to fry a salad.
I've been wanting to test out like chicken wings or something, but I've been destroying mac and cheese since the other day, so we haven't had a reason to cook anything yet.
Man,
did you try air frying mac and cheese?
No.
You could air fry you a chicken fried steak in there.
Mm-hmm. Well, not Rob.
He probably blew somebody.
But you could do those nice deep fried macaroni and cheese bite things in an air fryer.
Actually, you can make some darn good homemade French fries in one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Defense Dad says he's going to air fry a salad.
Yeah, I already said that. What do you think Squib was laughing at when I said it? Defense Dad said he can air fry a salad.
No one listens to you, Rick White.
Well, you don't. Squib does, or he wouldn't have laughed. Yeah, he also said, why would Rob want to fry air? Seems tasteless. And he says they do jalapeno poppers without breading. How do you make jalapeno poppers without breading?
Wrap them in bacon.
You're just making a fried jalapeno at that point.
You can do the jalapeno with the cream cheese and bacon inside the jalapeno, and then you fry them or grill them and they're really, really good. You don't have to bread everything.
If you put the
I can't
bacon
eat
on
them,
the
so it doesn't
outside,
matter.
they're killer. Mm.
Yeah, I can't eat them either way, so breaded or unbreaded.
They hurt going in or they hurt coming out? Which is
No, it's a food allergy, Jerry. Come on. We've talked about this before.
Well, you could always just do bell peppers.
Nope, can't do bell peppers. Bell peppers are worse than chili peppers.
really?
I know.
don't know.
I was being a smart ass.
No, the bell peppers are the ones that would put me in the hospital quick.
Yep. And Defense Dad says
Should be
exactly what I
approved.
said.
By the way, peppers are a fruit. They're not a vegetable.
Well, so is a tomato, but
I know.
everyone still
Cucumber,
calls a tomato a vegetable.
I know. That's because people don't know any better. But
Well, no, people call cucumbers fruit because they're called
no,
fun.
they are. No, cucumber is a fruit. It's seeds on the inside with the skin on the outside. That's a fruit. Cucumber is a member of the squash family, and the squash family are fruits. That includes pumpkin, zucchini, all that kind of stuff. Vegetables are things like carrots, lettuce, broccoli, cauliflower.
You guys see Caliber Corner this morning?
Nope.
Yeah.
Do
Then
you
they talked
guys
about
think-
Rob's favorite pistol.
Yeah.
I know you did not leave your dinner dishes.
Oh, what?
Oh boy, getting yelled at. Dang, where was I?
I don't know.
Do you guys think the Glocks like the AR of handguns? The ultimate modularity platform?
No. I mean, if you're talking simply modularity, the SIG 360, the 320 are a lot more modular than a Glock is.
Beretta APX.
Yeah. Well, the SIG's easier to convert than what the APX is.
I guess maybe modular is not the right word. But one with the most aftermarket support.
Yes, Glocks do have probably the most aftermarket support.
No, even that's starting to change. You're starting to see a lot more aftermarket products for MMPs and SIGs and stuff now too.
Well, yeah, but as of right now, ARs and Glocks are like the most aftermarket support. And yes, more and more aftermarket support is coming available for like SIGs, MMPs.
Yeah, all my point was I don't know how long that's going to last for Glock. That's all I was saying. Yeah, I wasn't contradicting saying that Glock doesn't have the most support right now, but all I was saying, and that's starting to change. You're starting to see a lot more come out for other brands as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how much longer that even applies for Glock, especially when their market share. If you look at the number of Glocks sold compared to others, Glock has been losing sale to other pistols. So, I mean, I don't know how much longer their dominance on the sales front is going to last either.
Well,
Do you think there'll be a time that Glock's not the name doesn't hold the weight that it does? Like I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if you get what I mean.
Do
you think there'll be a time they don't have the clout they do in the market and whatnot, or brand?
Yeah, that happens with every company.
I think it's already starting to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say every company has that same thing happen. You look back at like Smith and Wesson or Colt and stuff. They were popular and they were the number one for a long time, and then tides change. Everything ebbs and flows.
Glock did a lot of that with certain marketing practices and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and it served them well for a lot of years. But yeah, everybody's starting to catch up, and they've been slow to innovate. So yeah, a lot of the other pistol makers are coming up with stuff that they don't have, and police departments are switching. So they still have a lot of sales, don't get me wrong, but I don't think they dominate near what they used to. Now, will they change? Yeah, I don't know about that.
Nah, probably not while
I'm
Gaston's
not
alive.
hearing, you don't hear anything. You don't hear any buzz about, ooh, Glock's got something new coming out. Stay tuned. You just don't hear that.
And when you do, it's either a new model where they change the finger grooves or something, or it's the Glock's coming out in a new caliber. But there's not an actual new.
Or we've got a new mystery
design.
gun, and it turns out to be a 22 long rifle.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to see Glock make a polymer frame 1911 that uses a Glock 21 mag. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
No, that would
Do
be
you
a
think a
2011
gun like that,
1911.
or say a PCC or AR, do you think if Glock made a gun like that, it would do enough?
If they made a
say, to
PCC,
keep
they
the
would.
brand recognition into the next generation.
Yeah.
Pistol caliber carbine is the way for them to go. Everybody's been wanting it for years. If they needed to boost their sales, people would leave deposits to get one of these things because they've been asking for it for years.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think it'd be enough to kick Glock back up into the highlight for another 10 years or something like that?
It depends on how good it is.
Uh-oh. Better be on your best behavior, Rob. Boss is out there.
Oh. I wasn't saying nothing. I tell you how much I love my lady. Damn.
You've been saying it all night long. Isn't that right, Rich?
Yeah.
Once again, who did you fuck?
Hey.
Ooh.
She's with friends like him,
That hurt.
Well, I was just wondering about the whole Glock thing. I mean, a couple different questions, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, curious what the future brings and what people think when you say Glock in 10, 15 years from now,
So what Rob's saying is he really wants to get a Glock, but he's got to butter up his wife first. Otherwise, she's going to be like, don't bring that thing in this house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she'd beat me. I couldn't do that. So who's the runner-up to Glock? As far as aftermarket parts, handgun, who's going to be the next Glock? Let's have that question. What do you guys think?
Well, right now, Smith & Wesson, the M&P probably has the second most aftermarket support, followed by the SIG 320. And the 320.
He said it, not me, folks. He said it, not me.
Well, we're all trying to use a crystal ball right now, so I mean,
You've got a number of people
grain
like
of salt,
Wilson Combat, for one, that makes aftermarket accessories for the 320 and have for a couple of years now. So.
Yeah, that's what I said. Right now, the second place would probably be the M&P, being closely gained on by the 320, with the 365 falling behind it. So, yeah, it's going to turn into a horse race at some point. It really is, and they're going to be neck and neck within the next 5 years, maybe.
Yeah, I would think Smith, SIG, maybe even CZ. Seems to be a lot of CZ guys out there now, so I don't know if that's coming or going, but especially as far as accessories, things like that. But yeah, you almost never hear anything about FN.
They're probably in line at Starbucks right now getting their mocha lattes and stuff like that.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there's more and more of those guys out there, though.
Yeah.
Ones with BMWs that can't change a damn tire. All right. Well, I'm trying here, man. I'm putting out some deep questions, but the well's running dry over here.
Well, you know, Defense Dad's not listening. He'd be throwing HK out there right now.
Well, there's really not a whole lot of aftermarket for HK other than what you get from HK. I own one, I know.
Where do you think Beretta would be in the mix?
You don't really
Don't
see
know
a
if
whole
there's
lot.
a whole lot of third-party stuff for Brad.
Yeah, I mean there's some, but not a whole heck of a lot, and there really isn't much anything. The APX is modular and everything. You can take. It's got the fire control group, kind of like what the SIG does, but you don't see a whole lot of different frames and stuff for it.
You know why the other brands don't have as much aftermarket support as Glock? Because they don't need it.
It's funny. I thought you were gonna say they don't break as much or something, but same thing, kind of. That's funny.
Yeah. Defense Dad says he's editing video right now while listening to us.
We got his attention anyway.
He's like, wait, what? I'm editing video.
Yeah, I got a video in the queue. Could go hit the button. I want to do my final review first, but
yeah,
probably come out after this show.
Defense Dad also said he agrees with Squib.
Announcing your special new line of R&L displays for high point carbines. Is that it? Or?
Oh yeah, the Glock mags. Stan should work for those.
Glock mags won't fit in a high point carbine.
Yeah, the high point carbine's a single stack, not a double stack.
If we had a different insert, then
good catch.
We could just get an add-on insert that would go in, replace that mag. That'd be cool. An adapter of sorts.
Yeah. Or offer a thinner mag for single stack, I guess. I don't know how many of those there really are out there, PCC.
I got one.
Probably a few.
Let's see, what else would there be out there? Yeah, you could make stands for Barretts, but they'd have to be pretty hefty.
Yeah.
You have to use a big old piece of wood.
Big 4x4 block.
It could be something, though. I mean, a lot of times people display bears, usually on a tripod, but I don't know if I've ever really seen one hanging on a wall. I guess I have, but, you know.
Might require some lag bolts to hold that.
Yeah, I'm wondering. It might look pretty cool, though, you know. But, yeah, it'd be a hell of a bracket.
Now you could do one for the MagFit Mossberg or 870s.
Nobody owns those.
Yeah, they do. I don't, but there are people that do.
Yeah, that MagFit Mossberg, I've seen that. You know, had my eye on it a few times. Man, that mag's bulky, but yeah, it'd make me rather go with the AK style shotgun over that, probably, or AR. Just on mags, the mag alone almost. So,
well, the mags are different than standard AKR, especially depending on whether you got the Vepr or the Saiga. The Saiga mags rock and lock, whereas the Vepr, they just go straight in like an AR-15.
Yeah, no, I mean versus the Mossberg mag, how it's just looks huge, like it's fat and wide, I guess. I don't know, where the other ones are like a standard mag, like you could put a couple of those in a pouch. I don't, the other one's almost kind of like a gimmick thing. I don't know. To me, is what it seems like.
These silly things are the reasons that shotgun shells are as high as they are, because people are going out there just wasting shotgun shells left and right. Fuds can't even get the FUD ammo anymore because everybody's taking that stuff over. Shotguns are cool again.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure the knife guys were complaining too, and everybody couldn't get, couldn't get guns, couldn't get ammo, couldn't get this. So everybody jumped into knives. I bet you there was probably a run on knives too.
Oh yeah, I mean the sites are out there now. You had Blade HQ and Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and man, they're selling stuff left and right. And the knife sales have got to went through the roof in the last 2 or 3 years.
Oh, just from obnoxious alone.
Well, yeah, that's true. They have a truck going to North Carolina once a week.
You guys
get them delivered by the semi.
You guys buy any new knives lately?
Not since Christmas.
Maybe. Maybe.
Something we don't want to talk about yet, huh?
I like knives.
I haven't got any
ammo for knives.
Last new one I got was Christmas.
You can use your knife in your house. You don't have to have a range.
You could always build a range in your basement. Well, you don't got a basement, so that won't work well.
You can go into places that won't allow you to take your guns, or you can still have your knife.
Depends on where you're going.
That's true, but work, for example, I can't take a gun into work, but I can take my knife. Or multi-tools. Multi-tools are big too. Gear.
Outcasts don't like multi-tools.
No, not really. I've never owned one of those expensive Leathermaids or something. But
he would like this multi-tool, but he can't take it to work because he can't have it in New York.
I don't know. It looks like a knife to me.
It's a multi-tool. It's a multi-tool.
It's a molded tool because you can open his beer with it.
Yep, he's got a bottle.
Oh boy, that's lame.
So it's technically a multi-tool. It is more than one tool. It is a multi.
It might skate in there technically, but it's still lame. That's it's like tripping over the finish line. I don't know.
But it's also not legal in New York because you can do that. Just push a button.
So DM Foss bought 3 knives just listening to Early Bird this morning because I mentioned Blade HQ. He didn't tell us what he bought. Hopefully something cool.
We mentioned a bunch of the knife stores Early Bird chat. We was shilling the online knife vendors.
Yeah, they like your money too.
See, those multi-tools is like the kind of like the Jeep of tools. Like, you can get by, you can do a lot, almost do everything with some of these real multi-tools. Not that excuse Rich was holding up, but you can do a lot of stuff. You might be risking it, you might be trying to break it or whatnot, but in the end, it doesn't really do any of the jobs really well.
No, they don't replace real tools for real heavy work. But
this one does a very good job of being a screwdriver because it's not that chintzy little screwdriver that you fold out. This is an actual magnetic screwdriver.
Yeah,
Now,
that's
my
one piece of
Gerber
it,
that
though.
I have out at work, it actually has a full size Phillips screwdriver, not one of them fake slim ones. It's a $110 that I can't get over, costing $200. Oh, the Auto Elite, I'll bet you. Yeah,
What is it, Damascus?
the Auto Elite. No, it's automatic push button, and there's a version of it with fancy scales and stuff like that on it.
By the way, that knife blade
Those are
on this
sweet.
that knife blade on this multi-tool is extremely sharp.
Yeah, try a buck 110. You want to see a sharp blade.
Well, I found out the hard way just how sharp this knife is. Let's say it wasn't the way you want to find out how sharp your knife is.
I can see the value in having one of those, like in my bag, camping, shooting, hiking, things like that. Be probably a good thing to have. I probably actually do have a cheap one in there, but
there was a range day
I'm,
where this little pry bar came in extremely useful.
Other than that, I'm never more than
in the barrel just
30 feet from a toolbox. So
not everybody's a jobber and carries $10,000 worth of tools in their truck either.
Yeah. That's
like
what I mean. So maybe if it was somebody different, I didn't have a truck full of tools, basement full of tools, car with tools, tools everywhere in my life, then, it would make a lot more sense. But I break standard tools, breaker bars, hammers. I mean, don't ask me how the hell I do it, but
that's because you
I
buy
break
your
real
tools
tools
at Harbor Freight.
No, I'm talking Craftsman and S-Wing and stuff. Like, don't ask me how it happens.
Shit anymore. What are you talking about?
Yeah, Craftsman ain't what it used to be.
No.
But you see this little pry bar right here? Comes in great if you get a case stuck in a rifle.
So does a wooden dowel.
Yeah, well, if you're at the range and you don't have a wooden dowel on you, just stick that in there and pop it right out as long as the rim isn't busted off of it.
Yeah.
I've done it. That's how I know.
Titanium with carbon fiber scales. You should buy it, Defense Dad.
Mm-hmm. And Foss says he knows Rob owns a multi-tool because he gave him one.
I'm sure Rob carries that every day. Right, Rob?
Yeah.
Along with his Glock.
No, it's cool. I do think they're good to have around for that emergency. Like I said, I that might be the one that's in my bag. I think they're decent. Emergency, it's better than nothing by all means. But if I got my choice to whip out a multi-tool or go grab something out of my truck, I'm probably just going to grab something out of my truck, to be honest. The right tool for the right job. The right tool for the job gets it done better all the time. Quality, you know what I mean? But
that is nice.
If it's a repair job that something on my multi-tool can handle, I can fix it with my multi-tool before you can walk to your truck and back. I do it here all the time at the plant. We'll be on the other side of the plant. We'll be up on top of a machine. We need some needle nose pliers or a screwdriver or something. And it's like, man, the toolbox is all the way on the other side of the building in the maintenance cage. And I'll pull out the Leatherman. We're back in business in a matter of minutes. Sure, would a screwdriver out of the box or maybe some a little bit nicer needle nose have worked at that time, worked a little bit better? Sure, but even if I have the apprentice go get it before he makes it to the cage, I'll have the job done. So
that's because you guys get paid by the hour.
If we got paid by the hour, then I wouldn't pull out the multi-tool to fix it. I would literally wait. So sometimes, if it has the right tool on it for that repair job, it might not work as well as a regular hand tool or a really, really nice quality hand tool, but it'll do the job. I can tell you that the Phillips screwdriver bit on my Leatherman is my second best screwdriver. My first, or Phillips, My best Phillips screwdriver is a Snap-on, and this Leatherman is the second best. This thing will grab boogered up, rusted Phillips screws and back them out. It's got a lot of grip. There's some things to be said about some cheap multi-tool that you bought at Home Depot as a stocking stuffer versus like a real quality multi-tool like a Leatherman or a Gerber, where they've got decades of experience and they back up their product with a warranty and things like that. Some of the things on there are a little bit better built. It's still not going to do everything, right? You can't use the scissors as wire cutters or something, but they can do some jobs. I've had situations where I've had a door handle loose on the outside of a building, and I just pull out my Leatherman and I can replace or fix that broken door handle, I should say, right there on the spot with the Leatherman I've got.
Yeah, I can see the benefits. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure it would save me time at points. Yeah, I guess if I wasn't so cheap and was willing to spend $130 or something, I'd get a nice Leatherman or whatever. So I do like the fact that you can kind of get them custom to what you plan on, what you do. So I think that's awesome. Like personally, so I believe that's the Leatherman that does that, or it might be a knife thing I'm thinking of. But needless to say, something like that's it's pretty cool. But honestly, I'm too cheap to spend, the $100 and some odd bucks on it. So that's me. All the ones I've had are the cheaper ones, maybe $35 or something like that. I guess probably at the most. So
yeah, good things cost money.
Yeah. So they may, base my opinion off that basis, I guess. But again, I'm never far from a bunch of tools. So and I'm cheap. So.
No. So Obnoxious One says, I don't want to hear about Rob whipping out the right tool for the job.
Yeah. And, then
and I'll let Rich post his next comment. Wow. I'm not reading that one out loud.
Well, you can.
That's funny. No, there's, not on that topic, but kind of. Using the wrong size, like, flathead or something like that. I'm just stating, man.
Phrasing, Rob. Phrasing.
Wow.
That's how you strip things out, That's how you destroy screws. That's how you slide off and scratch things. And, that's how you do shit work. You know what I mean? So, there's something to the right tool.
Yeah. I don't know if MKJO is still out there, but there's your kitten cam for the night, or MKJO. He finally decided he was going to come over here and try and get some attention. So you got your view of the kitten for the night if you're out there.
When you going to have some more kittens? You usually have them about every 3 months, don't you?
Don't remind me.
Or definitely every 6.
Dude, you got to do something. I mean, the cats are in the background of the show. They're driving your wife crazy. Like,
hey, it's her fault. She won't do what she's got to do to take care of that problem. I can't drive them to the doctor. She has to do that because I'm not allowed to drive.
So. The hell with the doctor.
You got a knife right there. You can do it yourself, can't you?
Do I look like snob to you? Come on, be honest.
It's just a quick snip, and it's done.
Just figure out one of them animal places and go drop them off at 2 a.m. in a box. Leave, a little bit of cash, some food. It's for your sanity.
Rich, do you still live by that river?
Oh, shit.
Wow.
I'm just saying. They're just cats.
No, man.
Here we go.
Wow.
You go down to the animal shelter, they want $115 to give a dog a home. They give away the cats. The cats are in carriers, double, triple, quadruple stacked up and down the hallways because nobody wants them. They'll give you the cat for free, and the cat doesn't need to get shots or go to the vet or need a license or anything. They will give you the fucking cat. But you want a dog?
Here.
You want a dog? It's $115, and you got to take it to the vet every year.
True story.
Yeah, here that if you want a cat from a shelter or a place like that, this is the kicker. You don't pay to buy the cat. You pay for the money spent on the cat. So they fix the cat, they groom the cat, they do all this, whatever. You go apply to adopt, and then they want to investigate your household and whatnot, as if like you're getting a child. And then if you pass the check and your references check out, because I had to be a guy's reference, if everything checks out, then you can pay for the bill off for the cat, which is like $300. Like, it's freaking ridiculous. Like, in my opinion, I think it's nuts. But yeah,
that's the way they do it here. Except for the having to be investigated part, they fix the cat and give them all their shots and everything. And then when you go to adopt it, you pay, but it's not $300 either. It's like maybe $100.
Defense Dad said 165 for his. Wow. Oh, that's from the Humane Society. Okay.
The Inhumane Society. I've had a bad experience with them people.
George came from a pet shop, and I guarantee you, I know exactly what it cost to get him. It was $15.
Mine came from under a porch. It just cost me the gas money, but I was driving home anyway.
Yeah, I think part of the problem is my wife used to rescue the cats when we lived at her grandmother's house, because she had the yard and we had like a pen and stuff we could set up to keep the cats in outside and stuff. And I think she misses having the cats around, so she keeps coming up with excuses why she can't get the cat fixed.
Dude, you need
but
to
I don't
nip
see
that
you
shit
fighting
in the
them
butt.
off either, Rich. I mean, every time I see you, you're holding one of them things or petting.
No, it's the same one.
Yeah.
Because that one has decided that I'm its bed at times.
Well, yeah, and you're not discouraging him, so.
Well, you don't with George either, so I mean, come on.
Well, George is my buddy, but you claim you don't like cats. I'm calling BS on that person.
I didn't say that. I said I don't like them as much as my wife does, because they can get on my nerves. Like before the show, when I was calling the damn Siamese every name in the book because he wouldn't shut the hell up.
Now, DM Foss has the right idea. He says, if you want a cat, just put out a can of tuna outside. The cats will come to you. True story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you gotta do something about them cats, man. I'm telling you, for your own good. If you just let it go, you've already got like 20. If you just let it go in 6 months, there's gonna be like 35. Like, people get committed for stuff like this. You don't need that many pets in your damn house. Just tell your wife to go down to the shelter and volunteer and keep like 2 cats.
There really aren't that many here.
Man, what cats do to apartments? All the little scratches everywhere, the carpets, all this shit.
Anything up.
Dude, if I was your landlord, I'd boot your ass.
Wait a minute. That was the cat that ate your goldfish, right?
No, there wasn't. No, that one wasn't even born yet when that fish disappeared.
All right. Well, one of them ate your fish.
One of my
cats
fish
are
was my
probably
wife's
eating
fish.
the cats by this point.
But the cat could not get into that aquarium. There was absolutely no way that cat. If I knew where the aquarium was, it's empty now. If I knew where it was, I'd show you. There's no way a cat can get into it because of the way it's made. The only way that they would have got into it, the only way that the cat would have got into it would have been to knock it off the bookshelf, and there would have been water everywhere.
Then where'd the fish go?
Cats have their ways, man.
I have not figured out where the fish went.
Well, either your wife ate it or the cat did.
No,
or she fed it to the cat.
No, it was her fish. She was all pissed off because she couldn't find it.
Well, then every time she brings home another cat, you'd be like, remember to fish?
It wasn't a goldfish; it was a beta.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
I'd be getting allergic to pets really quick if it got like that.
yeah. Should just get him a bottle of Zyrtec or something and say, "Suck it up." I thought about getting a cat so my dog had something to play with, but it just wouldn't. The house would stink.
Yeah, a couple aren't bad, but when you get into like housefuls, that's where it's just so it doesn't matter what you do. I don't care what people say. It's gonna smell. You know, I buy the best cat litter out there. Every once in a while, it smells. You know, it's just what it is. And I only got 2 in here, so you know, shit. For the longest, I had a code. If I dated a girl or went to her place and she had a cat box, I might stay the night, but we weren't ever like hooking up. Don't ask me why, but it was something to do with these cats. Yeah, let me tell you. I don't ask me why, but dude, I don't want to go in the bathroom or all this and smell cat shit all the time. And that's everybody. Oh, I'll clean it, but they never freaking do. They never do. So all you do is smell cat shit. It's people are too goddamn lazy for that many pets on the average, in my opinion. So. And I mean, no disrespect. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody or none. Maybe you guys are spotless and got a little robot that chases them all day. I don't know. But in general, I think people get carried away.
Nah,
and you don't notice it because it's your house. And then somebody comes over and you're like, God damn. It happens.
They should be going away some point this week because my wife's going to be on vacation and she's finally going to be able to get with her sister to take them to the place that they're going to take them to that deals with special needs kids and stuff, and that's where the kittens are going.
That'd be perfect.
They're gonna use them to work with the special needs kids and stuff. So.
Yeah, gotta spread the love, man.
Yeah, the thought says if you don't have a cat, and who's gonna eat you if you die and no one finds you?
That's right.
Yeah.
The disgusting thing about that is they start with the soft tissue first. Ew.
Oh, come on. You guys don't think a dog would eat you?
No.
Maybe
no,
not
dog will
your
sit
pet.
there and cry.
Or growl and not let anybody near your body.
Yep. I don't know.
No, dogs literally will
right,
guard your corpse and not anybody near you.
And I think pet dogs, but I think there's some strays out there would probably eat a dead person if they just found them laying around.
We're not talking about strays, Rob.
Hey, I don't keep strays in my house.
Good Lord, are you letting stray dogs in your house? One of your house thinks it's not the cat, it's the damn dog shit you're letting strays do everywhere.
If it's a cat thing, dog thing, and a species thing, that's all. I'm just saying. I think dogs would under the right situation, but you're probably right. Cats, I don't think they wait too long.
Well, cats are primarily, except for the lion, a solitary-minded animal. They will cohabitate if you have a pet cat in your house, but by nature they're solitary. Whereas dogs are pack animals, and if you raise a dog from a puppy, it starts to see you as a member of its pack.
You don't even have to raise them from a puppy. They'll bond to you, even if they've got problems. If they were abused, something like that, you can work with them. They may not be 100%, but you can really work with them and you can turn them around, and they'll bond with you. They'll have their favorite person in a family, but they will. I don't know. When I go over to some people's houses who have cats, the cats come out. They want to be petted. They want to see who's there. They kind of interact. In other houses, they just go hide behind everything. You go into one house and it stinks like a cat box everywhere in the house, even though the cat box is in the garage. You go in another house and they've got 3 cats, and you're like, you're kidding. I don't smell anything and stuff. But I've just noticed that most of the cats that I've interacted with have been kind of like real total assholes, whereas dogs. Once the master, of the house says this person is a friend, I let them in. They are a friend. Do not attack them. Do not bark at them. Do not growl at them. They might a little bit, but as soon as they get to trusting you or realizing that you're not there to hurt their family, their pack, then they'll start interacting and wanting attention and wanting to play and things like that. I've seen people who have had dogs that only like, you know, the people that they live with, and anybody outside is a threat. And I don't agree with training your dogs that way. Don't ever invite anybody over. You know, I mean, part of the reason I carry a gun is to put down dogs, because I've had 2 dogs come after my dog because somebody didn't have them on a chain, and they had an opening in their fence. And you either have them in a fenced-in yard and the fence is in good service, or you chain them up. But you don't just I didn't have a gun that time. The next time I was out, I had a gun. I don't really bring it around for the 2-legged as much as the 4-legged. But some people raise their dogs to do that sort of thing. And you can have a dog that'll protect the family, be a guard dog, do all the dog things that they naturally do, but not be a total asshole.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think bad dogs come from bad dog owners in most cases, personally. But just my opinion on that. But yeah, and you can have pets and not really the side effects, in a sense, if you really stay on top of it. But a lot of people don't clean like they say they do. You know what I mean? So let's be honest. It adds up. So. And that's, you know, dog or cat, whatever the case may be. Same thing with dog. Wet dog stinks, man. Like, you know, dog soaking wet, you never gave it a bath, and it's laying all over your couch all day, and then you got people over. It's noticeable.
Yeah, if they get sprayed by a skunk. Our little bitch got sprayed by one a couple months ago. It took over a month for that smell to finally die down. Yeah. We got her a toy skunk. I like to chase her around the house with it.
Wow.
Wouldn't that encourage her to go after regular ones, or you don't think it'd make a difference?
I just like to tease her. No, we kept calling her Stinky. We kept calling her Stinky Dog, and she would like hide her head and you know, just she could tell that, you know, we knew it was, she got into a skunk. So she understands English. Sometimes we'll have
animal
conversation.
abuse?
Huh?
So isn't that animal abuse?
What?
A dog
Teasing
loves you,
dog?
supports you, waits for you to come home, and then you want to call it dirty names when you get there?
And it's a dog, you know. It's a member of the family. There's nobody's off limits in our family. We give each other shit all the time. But yeah, that was our way of you know, having a little fun, but shaming her so that she doesn't do that. I remember our last dog before this one. He had been wanting to get the bunny that was in our backyard for the longest time. And then one day he did get Mr. Bunny, and he's standing next to half of a rabbit. He ate the back half of the rabbit. I think what he did was he caught it. He caught it as it was running away and took a couple bites out of it or whatever, and then it stopped moving. And he didn't know what to do. And he's sitting next to this half rabbit, shaking. He's so scared because he, like, I didn't mean to kill him. We had to reassure him it was okay and get the shovel and throw the rabbit out in the woods. It's just like, then one day, he must have got over it, because it was about a year later, he decided he was going to go after another Mr. Bunny in the backyard, and he went right at that bunny, and that bunny darted for the corner of the yard, and at the same time, Mr. Hawk came down to get the bunny. So my German Shepherd went head-to-head with a red-tailed hawk. They hit each other, and the rabbit, you know, used that opportunity to dart underneath the fence and get away, and the hawk flew away, and the dog came back like, what was that? And I said, dog, you don't want to do that, because my money's on the hawk.
Yep.
I'd never seen that before in my life. I've seen some dogs do some stupid shit, but never take on a hawk for dinner.
He's lucky that hawk didn't claw the shit out of him.
Oh, dude, the way they collided, it was like two people running their foreheads into each other at once. I'm sure that hawk saw stars, and so did the dog. I mean, it was like, I wish I had the camera rolling. Would have made an awesome YouTube video. But you know, we've sent our dogs out after the squirrels and chipmunks and bunnies and Mr. Woodchuck. Yeah, it's just stay away from the skunks. We don't get a whole lot of skunks, but raccoons too. Don't like the dogs getting used to raccoons. Deer I don't care about, but I've been told that they will run after the deer, and if the deer run away, you've just lost your dog. I haven't had that happen yet, but the deer are not afraid of the dog.
Well, if I ever end up missing a fish, I know who did it. So,
Well, guys, I'm gonna bail off. So have a good night.
Got anything you want to plug before you get out of here?
Nope, I don't think so.
Okay. You don't have a show or anything? No.
Go buy an R&L display stand. Use code Gizzard Gary or G23 and save yourself 15%. I might do a show Saturday night. Who knows?
might.
That's what
Oh
he
man,
said.
he's gone. Did we piss him off or something?
I don't know.
I don't know.
What'd you do, Squib?
He said rabbits got killed by his dog. He's a rabbit person. It's got to be.
Who, G23?
Yeah, he's got to be a rabbit person.
Oh, okay. I see.
Oh.
Not that he's a rabbit. He likes the bunnies. Yeah.
I didn't know Big Bad Gangster had a soft spot for the bunnies.
I know the people who have gardens out in their backyard don't like the bunnies. They'll eat your salad.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Got to keep the rabbit population down so you can grow your salad out there.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you got a kid with a sandbox, you gotta keep the sandbox covered so the stray kitties in the neighborhood don't use it as a litter box. They'll do that.
Yep. Or your garden, or your what is it, mulch around your flowers and stuff like that. Oh yeah, cats love that stuff. Got to keep an eye out.
Mm-hmm. And once one cat goes to the bathroom there, a whole bunch of them will.
Well, if you're unfamiliar for some reason and you've made it to this point, G23 does a show Saturdays, so check it out.
Yeah, 6
he didn't
p.m.
plug himself.
Eastern. Yeah, 6 p.m. Eastern.
I'll try to. Well, I'm not going to say that, but I'll give him a shout out. Yeah.
Yeah. And I never noticed. Is Midnight doing a show tonight?
I don't think I got a link.
I didn't get it. Yeah, I don't got an invite, so Probably isn't. You know,
I
now's a
heard he
good time to
dang
think
near
of it
cut
when
his
it would be.
finger off.
Ooh, that reminds me of my son was at work the other day, and somebody in the automotive department did cut their fingers off working on somebody's car.
Ooh, man. Like cut or crushed or
Cut.
how did what were they
Something
using? Do you know?
something malfunctioned in the car while he was working under the hood, and one of the fans or something turned on, and
Oh, he screwed up, man.
Sounds like an electric
Yeah,
fan.
that's iffy.
yeah, so it was something electrical in the car screwed up, and there was something got, and yeah.
Well, I've seen cars, people shut them off or whatever, and the fan will still run a bit. So,
Yep.
yeah, I'm not sure what he's.
Oh no, the
what
car
he's
was
doing,
completely shut off and everything. The fans weren't
Yeah.
running, and all of a sudden they just started up.
That's odd.
From what
You figure if
witnesses
there's
said happened.
anything where there's a possibility, you would just disconnect the battery. I know some people are
Yeah, you
funny
would think.
because of, your settings and stuff sometimes got to be reset and all that, but for safety
Depending on
reasons.
what he was doing, he might not have been able to disconnect the battery. Some of the things you work on these newer
or it
cars,
might
the
not have been
battery hooked up
something
to
where
it.
it was. I don't know. It's weird though.
Yeah.
And it's probably modern car is probably a plastic fan too. So the fact that it actually cut his hand off, that'd be something.
Oh no, not his
like
hand,
my
his fingers.
Chevy.
He cut off a couple
that
of
will
fingers.
My old
And
Chevy
those
fan,
plastic
that'll
fans,
slice
dude,
your
they
baby.
can.
That'll slice you up.
Yeah.
But
yeah, those plastic fans don't think because it's plastic it ain't gonna fuck you up.
yeah, but I don't know. They're just half the time you look at them funny and they'll break because they're all brittle crap, most of them. So, but I don't know. That's a shame though. So.
Hey, Outcast, for the record, I just used my Leatherman at work to fix a machine that makes me money. So just wanted to give a real example out there. Like having that on me helped me at my job that pays my bills and helps me spend money on things like coffee and whatnot.
Okay. See, my fear is I would be in a customer's place and I'd be like, oh, let me just get it real quick. And I'd use that instead of the proper tool. And I'd scratch something would get messed up, strip something out, or I'd break the tool where using it where I should have used channel locks or something like that. Because I just figured, it might do it. Because that's.
I mean, I guess if you don't know how to fix something, then that could be a problem. But if you know what you're doing, it isn't.
Mofo out there, Uplift Mofo Party Plans asking, is shooting dogs legal? Depending on where you live in self-defense, yes, it absolutely is.
It is in this state if you're defending yourself, yes.
Hey, I've got enough rounds in there to put down 2 dogs. If the owner decides to come out and make a problem, then I guess it will be for 2-legged issues. Get control of your dogs or things will happen. I mean, I'm not going to go into your yard and go after them because they're barking, but if your dogs try to hurt my wife, myself, or our dog, or if we're walking a friend's dog, we've had that before. We've taken a friend's dog on a walk too. And if somebody doesn't take control of their animal and I have to take action, I will. I'm not looking for it. I'm really not. I might hit the dog in the back of the head with the gun first. That's why I don't carry some plastic gun that'll break if you hit somebody or something with it. I guarantee you, I hit that thing with a 1911 in the skull, it'll let go of whatever it's biting onto, and if it doesn't, then it'll get the barrel. So I like animals. I'm a critter person. I'm just not one of these people that puts the life of an animal above the life of a person.
Yeah, there was a case not that long ago here where somebody's dog had jumped the fence into the neighbor's yard and attacked their dog. They had a small little dog. I'm trying to remember. It was like the Benji kind of dog, that kind of dog. And this other person, they had a German Shepherd mix. I forget what it was mixed with. The Shepherd mix jumped the fence, went after the little Benji dog, and was trying to tear the dog up. And the owner came out with a rifle and shot and killed the German Shepherd mix. And the people next door called the cops because they shot their dog. The cops came. The cop told him you should have kept a better watch on your dog. And he also told the person that owned the Shepherd, don't be surprised if the people that owned the other dog end up suing you because you violated the law, not them.
When we take our dog for a walk, we go past houses that have dogs. And, when the two dogs are barking in the bay window, all right, what else are they going to do, right? But when the person's got the big backyard and they've got 2 or 3 dogs in the backyard and they're running up and down the fence barking at our dog and all the way to the corner of the yard barking at our dog until we're out of sight. And you don't see the people up there. They've got a pool in the backyard. They've got a covered awning. They got the grill. They got the whole 9 yards going on. They're never back there. They're never back there. And I'm like, what are you doing? What they're doing is they're letting their asshole dogs out all day long so they don't have to deal with them. If you're going to be in an area where there's a lot of people, other people walk dogs, people jog, there's all kinds of things, and you're going to leave your dog in the backyard to bark at everything, that says more about the owner than it really does the dog. When we let our dog out, if she's there barking at other people walking by, jogging by, walking their dogs, whatever, we'll yell at her to be quiet, or we'll call her in. And it's part of us training our dog to behave properly. If they get into the house and we didn't let them in, tear them to pieces. Otherwise, it's not right because we don't like it being done to us. There's certain kind of things that you expect in a neighborhood, but I don't really think they should. Like, I don't want to turn our neighborhood into something like a homeowners association. I won't deal with that crap. They've got ridiculous rules. But just because we're courteous or we try to do what we think is right doesn't mean that somebody else does. I'm not really too much in support of some of these laws that try to force you to I don't know, have a few more manners. Because at a certain point that can just kind of get into everybody's life. But I don't know. It just there's a lot more to be said about the owner than really the dog.
Yeah, I'm kind of a squib on the fact. I'm not one for really trying to, killing anything unless you really had to, in a sense. But if it comes down to an animal attacking my kids or family or something, I'm not going to hesitate. So, but my definition of attacking is like an actual attack, not like it jumped up to try to lick you and you were scared and screamed. An actual attack. If there's an attack, then it's not even a question to me, and legal isn't even of my mind at that point. So, I'm gonna stop that threat towards my family. That's just what it is. So, I will state it kind of sucks being in a city. You'll see, 100-pound dogs, being walked around by 10-year-olds that want to use them like a weapon, to point them at people and, get dragged, tugging at them, like trying to go after people, joking around. And, I've actually had to tell a kid out front here, like, you let that dog go, it's going to be the last thing he does. I'm just going to tell you that now. So, and the kid ended up walking away, thankfully. But yeah, it is the owner in those cases, I think. I hate to harm a dog like that, but I'm not just gonna let the thing attack my daughter on the porch to entertain this kid. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. So towards another pet, I'd probably use a little more discretion. But when it comes to a person, even a bystander, I don't know. If it's an actual attack, which I would be careful on, because kids and dogs play all the time. Things, you got to be sure, but if it's an attack, it's human versus animal. I don't even think there's a question in my mind at that point.
And Uplift, nobody's saying that you're going to shoot a dog for barking at you, but if it's in front of you and there's nothing between you and the dog and it's baring its teeth, it gets shot in the head.
See, I'm not even that far. Like,
No, that dog is baring its teeth, and it's between you and nothing. There's nothing between the two of you. That dog could bite at any given moment.
It could, but a person screaming at you that cut you off could do something too. But you don't just shoot them.
You're gonna be able to reason with that person a lot more quicker and easier than you are that dog.
True, but I think you're justified after an action has taken place, because you're jumping the gun predicting. So there's no guarantee the dog would have. But that's apples and oranges kind of. I guess we'll disagree with that. But basically, that's where I come into don't be a pussy. See what happens. You know what I mean? You might have to deal with it, but at the same time,
gotta keep that in mind, Rob. That dog is faster than you. By the time that dog actually snaps,
right? But just because you get bit doesn't mean you're gonna die. If it's your little 3-year-old kid in the yard, that's a different situation. But if you're a grown adult, you should be able to take a bite. I've been bitten. I don't even know, probably 30 times.
Goddamn stray dog out there and bite me.
It don't matter.
Take that posture. It's a dead dog. I'm sorry.
I don't you can't take a punch without shooting somebody. Rob, don't be a pussy.
Rob, I'm not letting any dog bite me, and I don't give a fuck whose dog it is.
All right, you're a pussy.
Agree. I'm reading this comment here that you put over there.
You're both pussies.
I'm not a dog person, but I'm not going to shoot a dog because it barked at me. Nobody said that. Where's that coming from? Nobody said that. But yeah, if a dog bites me, it's my choice to put it down or not, or just to beat the living shit out of it. And if I do, I do. But I can tell you this: if it gets reported to the police, the animal control officer is going to come out, take it, and they're going to euthanize it. So one way or the other, something's going to happen. So it just depends. You need to keep your animals under control. I'm not saying that a dog necessarily has to be put down. I had a situation once where I had my dog chained up behind my trailer, and we didn't have a fence, and a neighbor's son decided he wanted to taunt the dog, so the dog was going to the end of its chain, couldn't go any further, and the kid was standing there where he knew the dog couldn't reach him, and he's poking him in the eye with a stick, and the dog somehow or another pulled forward another foot and got him in the arm. And the neighbor came over and he said, hey, this is what happened. He said, I'm not mad about what your dog did because what my son did was wrong, but will you pay the doctor bill? I said, yes. And if you want me to put the dog down, I will take it and have it disposed of right now. And he said, no. He said, but, maybe don't chain up your dog on that side anymore. I didn't. From there on out, I taught the dog to go out to the front yard, 2 minutes, back to the front door. And that's what he did. He'd go out, do his business, 2 minutes. I made that dog a house dog. And it was for everybody's benefit. And it worked. It just worked. But I offered to, and I thought the guy was really good about that, about, no, my son did something that he shouldn't have. But if he had said, no, screw you, have the dog exterminated, I would have done it. And I love that dog. I did. But
that's crazy, man. The kid was asking for it. Literally at the end of the leash, poking the dog in the eye. That's a life lesson anybody should be able to learn.
That's why the dad handled it that way, because he said,
that's why he should pay for his vet bills and make his son pay that shit off for being a dumbass. Also,
he could have called the police,
and your dog should be fine.
He could have had me. He could have had charges on me. He could have sued me, and the dog would still get destroyed. This way, the dog doesn't get destroyed. There's no police involvement, no police report. That was, at the time, I didn't make very much money, so the doctor bill was a lot of money for me. Now, I wouldn't even hesitate. I just put it on my credit card. But it was, I thought it was a fair compromise. I don't
know. If you ask for it and you get it, don't expect me to pay for it willingly.
Well, when they say, okay, fine, And next thing you know, you got your local sheriff's department knocking on your door with some cuffs. You'll be like, damn, I should have just paid the $150.
Nah, it's principle to me. I mean, he was asking for it, man. That's like, I don't know. Like I said, and I would damn sure wouldn't offer to pay for it, or kill my dog for doing what any living being would do. I mean, if somebody had you and poking you in the eye and you got your hand at them, I mean, you might do something. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. Anywho, this is getting a little depressing here. How's the chat going out there? Anybody even out there?
Yeah, your ladies out there still.
Figure they're all calling animal control and sending PETA after us or something by now.
Mm-hmm.
I actually got a thing when I went to a beef jerky store. Like somebody put one of them PETA things on the car or something like that. Yeah, like what the hell? I'm supposed to be ashamed of my beef jerky? Shit.
Better be careful. They're going to throw fake blood on you.
Yeah, actually, I think I misinterpreted it. It was people eating tasty animals. So it was actually not an actual PETA thing.
Yeah, you never know. Those people are nuts.
Oh, yeah, but I'm not giving up beef jerky. May very well be a day I can't afford it anymore. The price this stuff's going at, but
The prices on everything are going up, except video cards. I think we talked about this last week, maybe during the WrestleMania thing. Everything else is going up in price. Video card prices are coming down. Make it out what you will.
yeah. Well, I hate to do it, but I'm going to cut out, guys.
Yeah,
I got to work tomorrow, and it's pretty late.
Yeah, I was about to wrap this. I mean, it's going on 11:30. So, anything you want to say before you get out of here, Rob? Anything you want to plug? Maybe some kind of wood product that you manufacture in your basement.
That's right. R&L displays. Yeah, you should get one. They're pretty cool. Also, check out G23's channel. Obviously, Gizzard Gary, Squibload, and if you don't know what Travis P11, then you got to get out from underneath that rock. Other than that, avoid Glocks, eat salads, and pay with cash. Have a great evening, folks.
I beat you to it, Rich.
Not on my screen. Mine's the one that counts.
Yeah, but you don't have a discount code on yours.
No, because I don't have one.
I'm just trying to save the customers a little bit of money here. Help them get a display. Save a little money.
Without any hoops.
Yeah. Well, what about you, Gary? Anything you want to plug or anything?
Oh, not a whole lot. I mean, you know what I do. Hopefully I got some content I need to do, but I got some stuff I need to do this week. So let's see what I get done. But as always, Foul Territory on Friday nights, 9 p.m. And early bird chat just like today, 9 a.m. Central. So other than that, thanks for having me. Enjoyed it.
Yep, no problem. What about you, Squibby?
Let's see. StreamYard sucks, and buy a new car, and not some foreign job either.
Alrighty then. All right. So on that note, we will bid you all adieu until some point in the week on somebody's show, and then next weekend for this show and the wrestling show. So on that note, we'll leave you with the promo for that second show, and have a good night, folks.
You guys are probably really scared right now, and I understand that completely. But I get the better of the deal, and even though it's 3 versus 2, you guys are outnumbered because we're better than you guys. Yeah, we are. We're legends in our own mind compared to you guys. Even though you guys got the egos, we have got the wrestling skill. And this guy right here, we're the Space Cowboys.